Hi, my name is Kim Bendis, and I'm a member of Naperville Smart Meter Awareness, and we're throwing this video together to give you a step-by-step plan on how you can keep your analog meter. We are all being told that we do not have the right to keep our analog meter because the city owns the meter. However, what I want to share with you is that we have every right to say no because we own our homes, and we have a right to tell a public entity what is put on our home. So the first thing you need to do is, if you do not have a flyer already, you can download one from www.napervillesmartmeterawareness.org under the What You Can Do page. Place a flyer on your door so that it is very clear to UPA installers that you do not wish to have a smart meter put on your home. That is step one. And then we're going to go back to the backyard and you'll get to see the analog meter where we will put tags and stickers on that meter. Hi again, we are in the backyard and this is my analog meter. It is really important to label either with a sticker, a tag, which again you can either order from our website or just write a note. Just put some form of communication on the meter that says you do not want one. These meters, our current analog meters, are 99.95% effective and efficient per the City of Naperville's own budget as of 2010-2011. Just like they're trying to say that we need an upgrade, and my argument has always been, you know, it's like fine wine. Fine wine gets older, but it gets better. And so our analog meters, though they're saying that it's outdated, it's still working and very functional and does not incur any sort of privacy or security risks. Hey, this next step hopefully will be one of the last steps. It will be one of the most challenging. The city has not been consistent with how they are handling the pushback, so therefore you are either going to need to take the first step to engage and make a phone call, or if you are on the delay list, you will probably be receiving a phone call from the city, at which point we want you to be able to have these steps before you so that you can maintain your right to keep your analog meter. So call UPA. That number is 1-877-423-3194. You'll get some nice elevator music for several minutes. Then you'll get a UPA representative who will very strongly encourage you to keep the wireless meter because it's free and that there are no risks associated with it, so don't worry about it. They'll diminish the risks, and then they will also tell you when you say, no, really, I don't want it, that they will tell you that you don't have a right to. So you don't really want to spend a lot of time with the UPA representative, so just politely and firmly say, no thank you, please transfer me to the city. That next step, when you speak to a city representative, most likely it will be Bernie Sabin, and that will probably be one of the more challenging conversations. So be mentally and emotionally prepared that you will feel his pushback and start wanting to doubt your own convictions. But be firm and say, you know what, Bernie, I do not want to incur the risks associated with either the wireless smart meter or the non-wireless meter alternative. There are too many risks to security, privacy, health, and those are risks I don't want my family or I to incur. He will tell you then, well then, no problem, then you are deciding to go with the non-wireless meter alternative, at which point you can then say, no, that is not something that I agree with either. The reports are coming out that say that this is one of the most expensive workarounds in the country. They're not fair, and they're cost prohibitive, and it is not something that's affordable in this economic climate. And we should not have to pay to keep our family safe. And so stand firm. Again, you will get an earful about how you don't have any rights and how you have to make a decision. This is something that everyone is getting upgraded with new meters, and that there are no choices except to choose one of these two meters. And again, you just need to come back consistently and firmly and say, the two options that you are offering are not reasonable, and I do not give consent to put a wireless or non-wireless meter alternative on my home. I have the right to retain my analog meter, and you just need to repeat that over and over again. I have the right to retain my analog meter per the Constitution, and that is our protection. And so set aside around half an hour, be prepared again to receive pushback and give pushback. And at the end of the day, when you are consistent with your message of saying no, you will be able to keep your analog meter. I went through this experience. I know what it feels like. It's difficult, but this is our families we're talking about. And so make sure that you go in with the conviction to say no, and that you're doing it for a good reason. You're advocating for your own rights to keep your family safe and secure.